Hello, everyone. My
Oh,
name's Gosh Dang Mudwire. How about
welcome
you?
back. My name's Reggie.
Yeah, we're here to talk about what we in the industry call big boy hours, and by that I mean card games. Um,
It's a new
we
year.
got a lot on the plate. I'm gonna date this episode by saying it's the Super Bowl today, so that's where everyone gets around and they play card games in a big bowl.
Around
And the
the Big
winner,
Owl.
yeah, and the winner is executed. Um, and yeah, so let's start off by talking about the closest thing to what happened aside from Legendary Duelist Season 2, Blazing Vortex TCG exclusives.
Yeah. Feels like an execution, doesn't it?
I think an execution implies it was alive in the first place, but holy shit. Jesus
They're bad.
Christ.
Everyone said it, but I know we're probably slightly late to the party, but how bad can Warlocks be?
It's awful. It's all fucking awful. It's just, War Rocks are... The only thing War Rocks have going for them is kind of the interesting caveman aesthetic. Everything else is not only boring, but it's awful. It's not awful in the sense that Dual Avatar was, where it was at least kind of interesting, and it's not boring in the sense that Virtual World was, where at least it was competent. This is just one of the worst archetypes I've seen in my fucking life.
Yeah, you wouldn't be like amiss thinking like this was released nearly 10 years ago.
Yeah, it is so slow. The monsters basically do nothing aside from a mediocre attack gain and some minor floating. It's really bizarre that they chose to make this archetype. It's kind of emblematic of the fact that Konami really just refuses to give us good imports anymore, and instead is just like, no, you get War Rocks.
But thanks.
You're welcome.
Oh god, I don't want to talk about them. I hate them so much. They are supposed
Yeah,
to be getting some more in Lightning Overdrive.
Yeah, Leov.
But I would not hold my breath on that being any good.
No, I mean, clearly the guy who was holding his breath made these cards, but no. It's I think one of the most insulting things about this archetype is, as bad as it is, their Searcher, the field spell, that gives you fucking battle protection for going minus, and you can shit out a single monster on the field, is a secret rare. So
Yes. That in itself is a problem, something which I want to talk about as well.
yeah, it's... So not only do you need to pay out the ass for this archetype, well, comparatively, but you also have an archetype that is worse than other shit in the same set, even. Armed Dragons are more competent than this. Springans are more competent. Sorry?
S-Force.
Yeah, even S-Force is more competent than this. Granted, they had the benefit of like 3 more cards as support, but still.
It really boggles the mind, honestly.
You know what? Mark my words on this now. Next set, they're going to get a fucking Mirror Force trap. I fucking guarantee you. They didn't get a trap this time.
Declares an attack, and all the monsters you control are Warlocks.
Draw one card, then discard your field.
Oh god, I can feel it. It's coming.
Yeah, let's talk about the less shit material. Like, let's talk about the less shit TCG exclusive archetype. Materia Actors.
Yeah, the only thing holding them back is they forgot to put in other cards.
The old Time Thief issue. It's
Half the support just missing.
yeah, it's. I like their aesthetic and I like their concept, but there's way too little to make any solid judgments off of this, aside from the fact that the Hunter Dragon Turbo is now viable again.
It's back. I think there's some light applications, like if you still play Cyber Darks, or hell, maybe like go into like a Dark Dragon, you could like feed into the Link engine. But doesn't it prevent something, doesn't it?
It makes it so you can only Ixie summon. It's got the incantation clause essentially.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was a catch.
But
it's fair, the Gigaboros is pretty good.
Gigaboros is a really interesting searcher for the archetype, and will kind of, I think, really, its quality will really be dependent on what the rest of the deck is. That being said, I'm excited to see more because both cards mention other main deck Materia Reactor monsters, so I'd love to see them. It's an interesting concept.
Yeah, if they just like forget that these things exist next set, I'm gonna flip my shit. They can't keep doing this.
It's they shafted Time Thieves once, another low rarity, actually pretty interesting TCG exclusive deck. Let's not do this twice, Konambo, please. We still don't know, like, this is getting ahead of ourselves, but we still don't know what Lightning Overdrive's import to exclusive ratio is going to be, and I get the feeling that they're going to change it to, like, entirely exclusive now.
I imagine so.
God. But aside from Materia Reactors, I think everything else is pretty much one-off garbage, and I do mean garbage, because let's talk about Beaufort.
Ah, yes.
Alright, we're done talking about Beaufort.
I think more interesting is the ritual card that wasn't actually a ritual card, but is accidentally not a ritual card, but is now a ritual. Is actually a ritual card.
God, you can't spell quality control without the word ritual.
You hate to see it, but no, I think it's these cards should have existed years ago, though. Really, like one for water, fire, earth, and oh no, one for earth does exist.
We've got Earth Chant.
It's just water and fire that's missing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. It does seem weird that they're making like a discount Seravis. It's, I don't know, bounce dragons, I guess, but we already have that in the form of Sayaru, and that sucks too. But that's the whole different ballpark.
It's nothing if not consistent.
Yeah.
Some of the traps are pretty interesting. Like the synchro transmission is pretty good. I like it's like urgent tuning too, in a way.
Yeah, my one issue with it is just that it's kind of unsearchable still, so I think Formula Synchron would still be a better option.
Meanwhile, Pendulum get a searchable trap, but it's just so bad.
Konami, with all the restrictions you've placed upon Pendulum, they're not going to be a fucking threat anymore. Like, I understand that Astrograph and Electromite cannot be off together. Maybe even Astrograph cannot come off at all, but for fuck's sake, you need to stop making Pendulum jump through all these goddamn hoops. The recent Metal Flow stuff was okay, but I just don't understand. People have this very strong...
It's a strange stigma against Pendulum.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this before, but I've always heard it explained as, oh, they're either really bad or way too good. And I don't think that's really emblematic of, like, the summoning method's design in and of itself, especially with how neutered it is. That's just more so emblematic of Konami not entirely...
understanding how to actually design them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's... a lot of it stems from, like, just, like, not having enough hard multiple turns. And being able to literally just cheat monsters out consistently. Even the Endymions, the first thing the reason one of them's limited is because it would summon from the deck, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So servant, yeah. And then once it's in the extra deck, you can just get it back consistently. It's the resource generation, because they're not lost to the graveyard. And it is kind of hard to balance around, but I think it's not impossible.
Yeah. Hey, who knows? Maybe someday we are getting new pens in Ancient Guardians, but I don't think we know anything about those just yet.
Oh yeah, the music theme sort of going on.
Yeah. But aside from that, for the rest, sorry.
No, yeah, the rest of the exclusives are just guff. Really not interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
Psychic Laser's alright.
Yeah, Psychic Eraser Laser is actually interesting removal. My only issue with it is that you do kind of need to make a previous play in order to really get it to work to get rid of a board. But non-target send is still pretty valuable, so... Greater Poly is a pretty interesting one, but its requirement is weirdly costly because there's not a lot that can actually use that.
Yeah, anything that can use it, like you'd be using a different, like, fusion spell or method.
Yeah. And then there's a reinforcement of the army's troops, which is just insulting. Moving on.
The big darkly rabbi demon. What's his name now?
Cordius.
Cordius.
Dealmon or something.
He's actually pretty cool. I like him.
He does look neat. My one issue with him is I think it requires too much effort.
Yeah. It's like you have to like kind of like set up this weird super poly situation where your opponent summons a link monster and you just like slap him in the nuts and say no.
You gotta Rochambeau it. I think the last two things are a virtual world import, was just so whatever. And Underdog.
The worst floodgate in the world.
Who can even fucking use this? Cleforts?
I think it's just clay pots.
It's
just really, it is just bizarre.
Yeah, I don't fucking understand. Just in general, like my final thoughts on this are just that removing imports was just a cheap and shitty move, and they keep pulling this shit. TCG Impartment has gotten really bad recently, from pulling structure decks to bumping secret slots to removing main set imports almost entirely. They're waste designed only to make the rare cards harder to get.
Yeah, pretty much. I think, and the substitutes for like the TCG exclusives just aren't scratch. Like, especially since like we had things like Dangers in the earlier sets, and
yeah, it's. I don't even necessarily need them to be like Dangers necessarily, but at the very least something interesting like Plunder Patrols. Plunder Patrols are cool.
Yeah, they're interesting. I've never played them really, but from what I've heard, people seem to like them. They give me prank kids vibes, but like with more like freedom for the extra deck. You know, just like fusion something.
Yeah. I don't fully understand them, but I do appreciate both their aesthetic and their game plan. It's really neat. But yeah,
so yeah, that's Blazing Vortex.
Yeah, what a mistake.
Out now.
Oh god, I'd say buy singles, but every time I say buy singles, I already like
you bought a box though.
My intense desire to consume. I always end up buying packs anyways because I have the brain of an ape.
There's something very satisfying about opening them packs.
Yeah,
just shredding all that excess plastic.
Just fucking annihilate that shit. But after that is just Ghost from the Past, which is still delayed. Okay.
I still don't really know much about it other than alternative reprint, Dark Magician reprint,
Blackluster Soldier Link. Like the rest I really know is that most of the rest of the set's contents are Selection 10, which is an awful set, and them selling us another structure deck back piecemeal.
Not just any structure deck, though. Your favourite structure deck.
Oh yeah,
the one I love to bring up all the time.
I'm so fucking mad about that. This is the one good structure deck we've had in like a year. Please.
It's well and truly it is the most brutal thing I've ever seen. Like at least with the warrior structure deck card, that was kind of warranted because it wasn't super great. You kind of need the Infernoble Knights from the next set.
Yeah, I mean, at least I don't think anyone cares about Infernoble Knights nowadays because you can't hand rip no more. So it's just like, fuck it, whatever.
I don't want to play with you anymore.
But yeah, speaking of structure decks.
Ice barriers, let's go!
We only have one card to talk about here. And the reveals! I totally forgot about the fucking...
they revealed the list, didn't
they? Buy singles!
Buy singles.
Buy singles.
I don't know why people are like pretending to be surprised that Crossout Designator isn't in it.
Yeah,
I think like the most insulting thing is that it was replaced by Icebarn.
Oh my god! Like, there are some decent reprints in here. Like Crackdown's nice to see. I guess a Pointer is nice to see. Salvage is alright to see. But a lot, and I guess the Frogs are nice to see as well. But a lot of this other shit we've already seen like a million times over, like Fiendish Chain, Where Art Thou?
Storm Duster. Is it Storm Duster?
Yeah, Heavy Storm Duster. we just got Silent Angler too, so it's just weird. The one nice thing they did for the structure deck is that they actually imported Attendant earlier under the name Zuijin.
Yeah, no, that was surprising.
Yeah, I'm glad they did that, but this does prove that they can import in structure decks.
They just don't want to.
Yeah, because fuck us. But yeah, Miko was the last card revealed for the deck in Japan, and she's okay. She's got a shit floodgate effect, because why give us anything nice? But she's a free summon, and she makes a token. So yeah. Buy singles.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what people can do with it. Oh, I forgot to ask, do Lauren have the errata? Do we know? Because I know it's got one in the OCG.
I actually am not sure, because last I checked, they hadn't said anything about it or update. I don't think the card has been updated on the database yet.
Okay.
So I think
it won't be updated on there. We'll find out.
So I think we'll have to wait. Cause I've noticed that recently they've been, maybe to preserve reprint space, they've been just updating shit on the database, like Hardened Armed Dragon. Now has a clause, it's like, by the way, this guy isn't an armed dragon no more.
Oh no. Anyway.
What a loss. Now it's time for Lightning Overdrive!
Yeah.
That fucking sucks.
Two Xyz packs in a row. The next season to cover card.
No, Phantom Rage was the last Xyz one.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh no, I'm stupid.
That's how bad Blazing Vortex is.
Wow. Yeah, we just spent like 10 minutes talking about it, and I've just like skipped right over it mentally. Wow.
It's okay. If we put our single brain cells combined, we might both have the left and right halves of a brain.
Just rub them together. And this is Lightning Overdrive.
The revolution inside my brain. All right.
So first it was Zexal weapons.
Yeah, Utopia boys. This has been like a good year or two for Utopia, from like Future Dragon to the Anamont lads. These make ZWs fun and playable, and will probably be pretty fun. Not meta, but crazy shit you can do with them.
And there is the big thing is like the rank up magic and the searcher for rank up magics. It just searches the Zexal force, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's really, this is a weird choice, because I've never seen Konami print an obituary for a card in a pack like this. I mean, I'll miss Utopic Zexal, but you know, it's just such a weird choice.
I won't.
Fuck that card. I agree with that statement instead.
I'd say rest in peace, but fuck Utopic Zexal.
Press S to spit on his grave. Press K to Kato Bingo.
Hold S, like, just... Getting it right in there.
It just cuts to a shot of Mario Sunshine with the... Oh god, but yeah, I really like this stuff. It's a really neat, efficient Utopia engine. It lets you make the new guy who's got ignition effects negate, which I don't think is bad, but it does get into an interesting trend about this set that I'll talk about later. Excuse me, pardon me. But yeah, it's good. I like how the rank up magic is searchable and pretty decent. And one of the things I kind of appreciate is that in order to tie it into the original C39, they gave all of them like a bonus effect if you have less life points, but it's not the meat of the effect.
No.
Yeah. And you've got, of course, some new Zexal boy who you can make with the rank up, and then you can target him with anything to get you out a continuous effect monster negate that doesn't activate, so he can stop spell speed 4 stuff.
Yeah, so I'm just reading the cards because I've not actually read them yet. All I've seen is like Zexal construction, and I like shed a tear of joy for losing Zexal. And then I've just like push the rest to the side. But no, it looks pretty cool. I think I can't see myself affording this because it'll be all secret rares.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Judging by what happened to Armed Dragons, these are absolutely going to be insane to fucking get.
Big money cards.
Big number in terms of what?
Quite literally, being true to Zexal is big number. got written all over it.
It's great. I do love how with the 2 level 4s, you summon one, you summon the other, you make Utopia, you grab the rank up magic, then you grab NEZW, Ashura Strike is preferred, then you rank him up, then you equip him with Ashura Strike, then you can equip him with the Pegasus, which means you get 2 ignition spell speed 1 negates, and you've got a continuous negate that you can use with Unicorn. Pegasus Twin Saber, I mean.
That's pretty tidy for Utopia there. You wouldn't expect Utopia to be negating shit in 2021.
No, but I'm happy they have a turn 1 play now. It's not the best turn 1 play, but it's a turn 1 play.
It's a turn 1 play.
Yeah.
We're no longer just grabbing double or nothing and hoping for the best.
Hoping for double or nothing.
However, there might be one thing that will overshadow Zexal, and that is the Amazement.
Oh yeah, these are surprisingly really fucking good. Why did I say this set was bad? These guys are great.
I feel like they're gonna be like the only good thing in the set.
Yeah, well, only meta like.
Yeah, no, because he's just essentially like a evolution of Altergeist, really.
Yeah, but it's like cute now.
It's cute. Wow. Thanks. just what I wanted.
It's kissable now.
What, you're not gonna kiss an Altergeist?
Well, I would, but that's regardless. I'm a degenerate. Okay, so yeah, these guys are really good, surprisingly good. They've got a really neat concept. They've got a cool aesthetic, and they're just fun.
Yeah, you can set traps from your deck and just activate them at the same turn. Fuck
Eat my ass, Ash Blossom. It took you a moment.
No, I didn't know what to say to that. I don't want to say anything incriminating.
No, I just did. Don't worry.
No, I think they've got some good stuff. Like a lot of the traps are a bit like specific, but like the good ones are really good. Like Horror House.
Yeah, dude. Imagine Ghost Tricks being good.
It's the only thing they'll ever be good, like attached to. They're good. That's English. Cyclone Ghost is also quite good.
Yeah, Wonder Wheel has Ojamas on it, so I no longer wish to see it. Rapid Racing is there for FA Supremacy, and it's kind of a riot of a card, given that it can prevent Ixies and Synchro plays in the most minuscule way, and also acts as a DD Crow. I just really like the concept of, alright, I'm gonna Synchro for 8. No, you're not. Nope. You're gonna Synchro for 9. And then he summons Star Dragon and kills you.
I love that guy. Starry.
Yeah. It's too bad he's not alone anymore. Thank you, Virtual World.
I think the rest of the set is just literally just assorted with things, like one-offs and like several. Unless am I missing something?
So there is some support for like Springans and S-Force and Albaz stuff from previous archetypes, and some small bits and pieces for Bujins, but we also have a shit ton more for Rose Dragons and Ignisters.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, Rose Dragons got like big support.
They did. They've been getting, much like Utopias, they've been getting real buff over the years, and they're finally ready to slam titties. You got Rox Rose, who searches and can bring itself back in rare scenarios. Blood Rose Witch, which wants you to run Witch of the Black Rose for some bizarre reason, and also recycles your dead and banish Black Rose Dragons. I don't really know if she's good.
I don't know. It's probably as good as Black Rose Witch is.
Yeah.
All I care about is the synchro.
Oh yeah, Blood Rose. Blood Rose is great. She is to graveyards what Black Rose was to fields, and even does the same as Black Rose, but lets herself, not be fucking murdered.
This is how I envisioned, like, if it was ever going to get an assault mode, this is how I envisioned it would be.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good, but she's got a bit of a weird conflict with her other effect to bring back the original Black Rose that used to summon her, because she banishes all the shit in the graveyard.
You have to compromise on either banishing things or bringing back the Black Rose used to summon it.
Yeah, I know the deck now has some like banish recovery options, but that just seems really weird. Like, couldn't you just have it so that all cards except the Rose Dragon monsters and plant monsters are banished from each graveyard?
Maybe. I don't know. It's I mean, it might just be like a minor oversight.
Yeah, I don't know. Despite Konami's war rockiness sometimes, I feel like they're generally pretty good at preventing a lot of oversights.
One thing they will need to do though for the TCG is import the White Rose Cloister and the Searcher.
Yes.
Otherwise, they are doing this on purpose. There's no other way to put it.
It's weird because I feel like they've been getting slightly more relevant with the imports, but at the same time they've been cutting down the imports so much that it's just like, why?
Yeah, it's like weird, like scraps, like things like Odd Eye Revolution back in Rise of the Duelist. Like cards people are waiting years and years for, and then they'll stick it on like a secret rare slot and make people fight for it.
God, yeah, it's Virtual World. At least has been getting its stuff pretty quickly.
Yeah, no, they've been pushing that pretty hard.
Yeah. So
Still
expect another. They make VFD packs. That's all you need to know.
Oh god, get rid of it already. that other rank 9 came out 2 days ago, like banning.
Oh, Hyperiton?
Yeah, no, it's out.
Yeah. He's surprisingly cheap right now. I guess people are just kind of ignoring him because, like, it's not VFD. What are you, stupid? But yeah, after that we got Ignisters.
Yeah, this actually is quite good.
Yeah, it's really weird to see such a short turnover time for a deck getting a legacy support, because this literally came out beginning of last year. Yeah. So it is nice to see them doing this because a lot of it's pretty good. I still think they struggle going first pretty hard, but they did not for lack of trying, because they did try to fix that with Danmari, because he essentially turns your towers into a quick effect negate, so you can stop Boral Sword from slapping his fat ass cheeks all over the arrival.
Man, you made that sound worse than it could have been.
Good. There's the Link one that searches the field spell. I don't need to elaborate any further.
Yeah, no, it's like it's even called Dark Infant, which is just hilarious.
Chaos Baby.
Evil Baby searches the field spell.
I summon Baby. Then there's When AI First Met You, because imagine having 12 monster searchers. You and AI is a little weird. It's nice to help going for the kill. It's searchable, and Picari search is no longer necessary for AI land, so fuck it, go nuts, stupid. And Mono AI Mono proves that the people naming these things are fucking galaxy brained. It's kind of lame.
It's all puns. It's all wordplay and puns.
It's pretty great. I love it. Mono AI Mono is kind of lame and slow, especially for a trap. I guess it's good if you're going up against Johnny Mirror Force and his deck of 27 fucking Needlebug nests.
Hey, there's always that one guy at locals.
Yeah, I know. Johnny Mirror Force, that's his name.
the whole Mirror Force family come together.
Back again, and about time too.
Man, it's been a while since they brought out a new Mirror Force. I wonder if they're gonna do it.
Don't tempt them. We got Mirror Force Launcher back in like Extreme Force or some shit.
Yeah, a million years ago.
Yeah. But after that, before I forget about them, I want to get on to Springans.
Oh, the Lightning Vortex ones?
Yeah, imagine getting a rank 4 for a rank 4 deck.
Yeah, how would an Xyz, like, 4 Focus Archetype summon a rank 4? It's crazy, dog.
Yeah, with the new rank 4 is pretty good because it allows you to essentially get an end phase summon, so you have a easier way to shit out Captain Sargus. Supreme Arc Serpent Golgonda is an easy summon and protection for the field spell. The only issue being that since Cosmic Cyclone is probably the preferred back row removal, so targeting protection for the field spell would have been nice to add.
Yeah, I don't care much for the serpent. Does it work?
Yeah, it's easy enough to help protect it in certain situations, and you can also get him on the board for a free body if you need it. So I think he's fine.
Yeah.
Brothers is again pretty nice because he gets you a revival if you sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard, which the new Ixies really helps with, and so does Springgan's Watch if you already got the field spell up. And Booty is a nice effect stopper that unfortunately does not stop like effects on summon, but it can grab a Golgonda from the deck or whatever if you need it, so it's another way to get to the field spell.
Yeah, I think this was always going to be like sort of focus, wasn't it? Like making sure you've always got access to the desert.
Yeah, I do like this deck. It's not necessarily like meta relevant or anything, but it's a very fun, tight little deck with a really cute art style.
I need to pick them up while they're still quite cheap.
Yeah, dude, you can get like the whole core for like $10 right now, and then just slap on some trade-ins, machine dupes, iron calls, and you're good.
I saw a Time Thief list, but that looked pretty interesting.
Time Thieves with Springgans?
Yeah, because it's used the banish effect of Ruh-roh to activate the desert condition.
Oh yeah, I forgot
instead of using Exblur to do it, you just send Ruh-roh.
Yeah, as an aside, I know we talked about this card already, but I really do like Explorer's destruction condition because I think it's really cool and akin to like scatter bombing the desert. There's just a lot aesthetically.
This card is really like pain in the ass to deal with. Harkening back to the tag duel we had a few months ago now, wasn't it? Was it last month?
Yeah, the one that disconnected before we had a winner.
Yeah, no, that one was dragging on for ages. The Explorer was so hard to get rid of. I could not get rid of it.
I do love that shit. Yeah, let's see. After that, I think there's only like 3 more quote unquote big legacy support things. We got Boojins. Fuck yeah, I suck at Boojins.
I've never heard of Boojin.
Well, you don't need to start, but these are actually pretty good. So Pegasus, Mahitatsu is an easy summon that gets shit into the graveyard and even swaps stuff out or foolishes whatever you could possibly need. And Torifune is Honest Neos for some reason, because fuck making him Cyrus, I guess. He's an easy peasy rescue rabbit with a weird equip effect, but I mean, fuck it, I'll take it. I like the kind of card design that gives a card a legitimately useful effect, and then gives it something kind of weird to kind of fuck around with. I do wish that I didn't have to destroy things by battle to activate it instead, and could just like banish after damage calc, but fucking whatever.
Yeah, at this point they can't really ask for much more.
Yeah,
not without like completely like revamping the whole thing.
Yeah, I think the most you could really give them is like some non-targeting, non-destructive removal or something. But that's just because I know a guy who uses Time Lords.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Fuck him, he's stupid, I hate him, he smells. But yeah, and yeah, last one out of them is Booj Intersection, which gives a nice but battle phase weak card for some reason, Destruction Protection, and gives a nice little Ignition spell speed 1 effect negate. I don't know why this set loves Ignition effect spell speed 1 negate so much. This is like
Ignition Assault was last year, dude. Come on.
I know. Stop it. Quit it. Yeah, it can also revive shit, which at the end phase, which is kind of slow, but it is a lot on one card, which is nice.
Yeah, it looks like it do some work.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
It's time for S-Force.
I mean, actually, I sigh because like S-Force has annoyed me with Konami's choice of printing like
2 secret rares.
2 secret rares, not just any secret rares, like the good cards, like Bridgehead and Chio, both secret rares. The prices have tanked, but release day prices were mad, actually just crazy. Yes, still, they've gone down, but like such a punishing thing having the rares removed. It's just done nothing but like elevate cards that could have been quite cheap and should be quite cheap to like a position where they are just like not cheap.
Yeah, like I think the main issue isn't necessarily removing the rares, but bumping the secret rare slots. And I think this was done essentially to like cover rising costs. But Japan had a similar issue, and what they did was they just raised the price of packs by like 20 yen per pack, so now it's like 420 instead of 4, which I think is a much better solution than like screwing the players more like this.
I suppose so, but they also they print like multiple rarities though, don't they, for their...
Yeah. In general, the
so
OCGs
have... in theory they could afford to get rid of something like rares because they're already printing multiple rarities anyway.
Yeah, like it. In general, the OCG seems to be nicer to its players because they've actually got competition over there.
Oh yeah, they built TCGs on the asshole to deal with. Meanwhile, we're sort of like Pokemon has its corner, Magic has its corner. We've got ours.
Yeah.
I guess Digimon's trying to make a push. I think, but other than that, I can't see it making a huge impact.
Yeah.
Because Digimon's mostly fueled by nostalgia at this point.
Yeah. It is weird to see Digimon fall so hard off like the face of the earth, but that's an entirely different beast.
Not in this podcast.
Yu-Gi-Mon, Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters, Yu-Gi-Mon are the champions.
Anyway, what else we got? I think we got some like 1 or 2 cards for Holy Night, but I think should we talk about that?
I think we should talk about Albaz first, actually.
Oh yeah, no, the Dogmatic Link? Not a Link. Ritual.
Oh no, I mean Albaz got like an actual quote-unquote archetype.
Jesus, what happened?
So it's more or less just another fusion with some back row, but all of it is insanely underwhelming. Like every time they've tried to make Albaz playable in the slightest, it just seems to fall flat on its ass. Like,
yeah, there's this stuff.
Yeah, the fusion maker, man. But yeah, their new fusion gives an extra fusion summon, which is okay. More big number, also acts as yet another slow searcher in a deck full of slow searchers. Stigmata of White is a bad fusion spell that just does what Albion does. I guess it recurs, as do all the other Stigmata back row. Like Ominous Cry, which is a specific but okay revival trap, and Judgment is kind of nice. Get fucked, attack, lads.
Yeah, no, you have to forgive me. Like, I can't really keep track of like everything that comes out on this dude because like it's always like attached to something else.
Yeah, it's I don't really like that they keep doing this.
Yeah, he's like attached to other archetypes like a tumor.
Yeah,
wherever he goes, it's kind of.
It's not like the FAUA tumor either, where at least the tumor is also a fully functioning man. This is just like get it removed immediately. This is the bad end of combining archetypes, where one of them is just half-heartedly stapled onto the other.
And you can feel like they want you to buy Albaz and Albaz related stuff.
Joke's on them, I'm not gonna.
I ain't doing it.
Yeah, I think that's it for most of the larger archetype support.
Yeah, there's some smaller stuff.
Yeah, I guess we'll just talk about some of the kind of smaller, teeny weeny, eeny beeny, panini meeny.
Yeah, just rush through it quick. Like there's the trap trick stuff.
Yeah, the new trap tricks exists and doesn't seem that great.
It just seems like more trap tricks.
Yeah,
massively interesting. Is it that terrible no ice barrier card?
Let's unpack this because we just got here on vacation. Okay. Mirror Master is sincerely one of the worst cards I have ever seen since Rage with Eyes of Blue. I mean, holy fuck. Every step forward, they fucking step back into a pit of septic ass. Mirror Judge isn't just a bad ice barrier card, it's probably the worst card this year. You've got a spell speed 1 like graveyard shuffle that shuffles your fucking resources back too. You've got an effect, a floodgate effect that is so beyond garbage it doesn't fucking do anything. And you've got a spell speed 1 battle position change from graveyard. Are you fucking shitting me? I think it even targets too. There is not a single good thing about this card. I sincerely hate this card and think it proves that Konami fucking hates ice barriers. They have no idea what to do with the deck, so they just decide to slap its tits around.
Yeah, no, I just realised I was like looking at this card thinking, no, it's not so bad. I'm looking at the wrong ice barrier. It's not good, not Mirror Master.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I said Mirror Master instead of Mirror Judge.
I think I also said Mirror Master, so I was like, wait a minute, this is quite good. No, it's Mirror Judge. God, this is so bad.
Yeah, it's an embarrassment. Mirror Master is great. Mirror Judge sucks balls. Yeah. It's. I want to talk about the Plunder Patrol card instead, because that's really fucking cool.
Oh yeah, like from one extreme to the other.
Yeah. Hello, children. How do you feel about getting a free body on the field with a plus, and then reviving shit when I hit the graveyard? I hope you enjoy it. I've worked really hard on it.
This has like the Prank Kids Link 1 written all over it. That's sort of design philosophy.
Yeah, because I wrote it all over it.
God damn it.
I'll never get tired of that joke.
But no, it really is. It's like that sort of thing where you just summon it and it does everything.
Yeah. I mean, fuck it. They're fixing the deck's problems, so fuck it. I'm cool with it. Next up is Stop Making Live Twins. Alright, moving on. Scrap Raptor.
Gonna see play in every deck that isn't Scrap.
I feel so bad because I actually play Scraps, and this is a really good card for the deck. It still comes with the issue of if this gets negated for Scraps, they don't have any more plays.
Yeah, the game's over. Meanwhile, Hulky Fibrax Turbo set up 10, 20 negates. He's gonna love this. Because I can see it as part of like the scrap engine.
Thank you, Based Fossil Dig. Speaking of Orchest and dark stuff, Dark Honest.
Yeah, too little, too late, really.
Yep, moving on. The Dogmatica Ritual.
Yeah, I tried to get that in the Albaz, but that was. So what is this dude? What does it do?
Imagine. Who's the ghost girl that snipes the extra deck?
Ghost Reaper.
Yeah, the Winter Cherry.
Yeah,
I don't remember half these fucking names. Yeah, it's basically that on a ritual monster. So you use the ritual spell, which can mill shit from the extra deck to maybe search another one for next turn if you want. And he can be run over by Aqua Dolphin, so clearly he's a 0 out of 10 card. We're not going to talk about him anymore forever.
Yeah, I think this set sort of tends to like fall off in quality quite hard.
No, I mean the Dogmatical Ritual is actually pretty good because you can use it to snipe your opponent's Hulk.
Going first. You have to send the same. Oh, you can send any monster from the extra deck.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So this guy is literally like Aqua Dolphin for the extra deck.
Yeah. However, of course, since he has 500 attack, that does mean that he's worthless because Aqua Dolphin can row over him. Aqua Dolphin is a prime meta threat. Be prepared for him at any time. You never know when he might strike.
As long as like the warrior engine exists, Aqua Dolphin can just come and slap your shit. Should never made him a warrior.
Why is he a fucking... Types don't mean anything in this fucking game. That one fucking motherfucker that swaps traps like she fucking probably swaps spit in the Amazement is like a machine? She's not a machine, she's a woman. There's a difference sometimes. Alright. Fucking... There's also the Lavalval card who seems alright.
Oh yeah, I like these guys. I think since Rekindling's at 3, Laval's going to have quite a good time.
Yeah. There's a Paleo Link, I guess.
How the hell? Yeah, like I think we had a discussion about how the hell do you actually summon this thing?
Yeah, it's I don't think it's necessarily bad, but I don't really know what the fuck to do with it.
It's like you can only summon it on turn 3. By then, you've probably done something more interesting with other cards.
Yeah. It's something like Shaddoll Construct, where it's not a bad link for the deck, but it's kind of like you can't necessarily make this turn 1, unfortunately.
It's unnecessary. And other decks will find more use for that. Actually, you could use it as Awaken the Dragon target. There's no like must be link summoned clause.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that for Paleo. Shit.
Since you're running back row, you'll likely be signing. You can side it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, we weren't speaking of anything. The Magistixies.
Oh, the other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I don't remember.
Yeah. Once again, there's a spell speed ignition negate. This is like the 3rd time this set.
Keep keeping it coming.
Yeah. I get the feeling that the reason they didn't make this more powerful is because its summoning conditions are just like 2 level 4 spellcasters.
Yeah,
So,
like a lot of decks could probably make this. Like a lot of spell, like Pendulum would make that. I see Pendulum making this quite easily.
Shaddoll's screech in the background. And speaking of Ixies, let's talk about the Drytron.
Oh yeah, this dude, like the most unnecessary Xyz ever.
Yeah, one hand,
just make Number Archive, you coward.
You fucking fool, you ape barbarian, you can do nothing to me. I really like this card. Drytrons are now more powerful. They've got a Foolish, a back row negate, and they get to keep their ritual material all in the same card. And part of the reason I like this is just because I'm stupid, and I appreciate how after all this time we finally have a ritual deck that can also use Ixies.
Yeah, they've never really been much to do with each other because of the level requirements, but the ritual spell doesn't have nothing to do with levels, so it's a fair game.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why I like Drytrons, because they're really open to a lot of shit you can do with them because of their toolboxing capabilities.
One thing that has annoyed me about Drytrons is I've noticed they're not actually even playing the rituals.
Yeah, I mean, they use it as more of an engine for Herald of Perfection, which would be fine by itself, but they also take advantage of the fact that they don't need the normal summon, and Ben 10 exists, so they can make Vanity's ruler.
Yeah, I can see Ben 10 getting limited at some point.
Yeah.
If not Ben 10, probably Preparation, or both.
I feel like Ben 10 would be the most likely. Honestly, I'd prefer Ben 10 be limited over Preparation, just because Ben 10 would be way more specific and only hit 2 decks, while Preparation might damage a lot more.
That's true.
And there's also a Sphinx and a Sky Scourge.
Cool. Moving on.
Yeah.
I'd be nicer, but they really don't do anything. Like the Sphinx, you need to either tribute summon it or special summon it with. Is it the fossil thing? It's the new fossil.
Maybe.
Shit, because it's level 8 and you can search it and special summon it.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
But
we'll get to the fossils in a minute.
But the effect is pretty good. It stays true to the Guardian Sphinx thing.
Yeah, I like the playstyle Sphinxes have, but they need more refinement. They need to be made
They need to actually be able to summon their fucking monsters.
I want Exod Turbo. Bring it back.
Yeah, bring Exod back. I love that.
Yeah, he's cool. I like him.
Shame he's from the worst structured deck ever exists.
Rocks. Also, there's Tri-Brigade Bear Bloom. What the fuck is this card supposed to achieve? It's a heavy minus for a banished main deck Tri-Brigade that locks you into Tri-Brigades with a minus, when it searches for shit. It's just bad.
Seems alright, serviceable, just unnecessary considering the current kit is decent enough.
Yeah.
I think considering you've got an already good link to him, Purgy and
yeah, it's just I don't know. This thing doesn't really seem to do anything the deck needs, and it does everything else at way too high a cost. Really, like it locks you into Tri Brigades specifically. So it's just like
so you can't do your mashups and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why it has so many discard costs, but I think the last thing is one of the Holy Knight cards, which was introduced in here after they were introduced in Selection 10.
Yeah, we've got to get them quite soon then. Otherwise, otherwise there's going to be like one Holy Knight card.
Yeah, well, we're getting them. We're getting them in Selection 10, which is being imported in Ghost from the Past.
Okay.
Yeah, this. We'll get around to that Holy Knight card in specific later, just because we have to kind of discuss the rest of the archetype in order to really fully.
As a whole.
Yeah. And there's just some random shit like Yamoi Mori, who is fun for Reptilians, I guess.
I love that little guy. He's quite good. He's probably one of the coolest snake rain targets we've had in a while.
Yeah. There's Uncamouflite, aka Domain Monarchs, baby.
Yeah, it's a weird card.
I kind of love it because you just get to plus and get a free body on the field.
Yeah, and it, like the no extra deck cost is pretty minuscule when you're just playing Monarchs or your True Dracos.
Yeah. And again, it works with Domain, which is really nice. Book of Lunar Eclipse is a card.
I like it. I think it's not as good as relative to the upgrade that Mystic Typhoon got, Mystical Space Typhoon got in regards to
Twin Twisters.
The upgrade to Twin Twisters, because Book of Moon to this one, it's like you have to target 2 cards, but I think it has a place in certain decks. Like, I know you're going to roll your eyes when I say this, but like in crawlers, you could totally psych out a dude by normal summoning a crawler and then setting a card, because then you just reveal it and set your other monster, and it's live.
You know, you probably could have just said you could psych your opponent out by normal summoning a crawler, and I'd still believe you.
No, it's a real play. It is honestly it is the crawler play.
I'm not very big brain when it comes to crawlers, so I couldn't say.
Join the crawler, so.
I think I'm a part of it. I just don't participate.
You don't want to. It's an experience.
But yeah, I think everything else is there's like 1 or 2 potential tech cards like Bahartia for when you really don't want your opponent to have that copy of Called by the Grave that they just Alan Bershened. There's Drakrown, who is Big Dick Energy and a Mass Banish. I don't even remember what the fuck Bengalance is. I wrote it down here, but I don't remember what the fuck that card looks like, so I don't know.
How do you spell it? This is Plant Link 4.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that thing's actually pretty cool.
The new Sun Avalon card.
Yeah.
You're not going to summon this in anything else. I think
Sun Avalons have cards?
Unfortunately.
Damn. Yeah, it's a neat, quick bounce to fuck with the opponent and can revive himself. I think once Firewall gets the errata, I think in decks like Cybers, he might be outclassed there, but that's about it, really. There's also 1x1. Talk by Tick.
I quite like this. I quite like it. It's I think people were like complaining about it being a trap, but just grabbing a level 1 banished monster.
Yeah, you could do some
funky plays, especially like I'm trying to think of I had a play in mind. I had like a scenario like that specifically makes this card broken as hell, but I can't remember it.
It's okay. I don't know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh either. I think like the last two cards I really want to talk about off the top of my head are Carbon, who kind of continues to build upon this Earth Fairy thing they've been trying to establish recently with some of
they're making Earth Fairies a thing, and
yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that.
I mean, I'm glad they're trying a unique enough type combination. And I think Carbon's art is actually really fucking cool because a lot of him is based around Carbon's properties, both in terms of the kind of hexadecimal shape of it or whatever it's called. That's kind of built into his lance. Also, like the pure black color of him and the halo with the atomic symbol for Carbon above his head and Earth in the background because, you know, Carbon's like the building blocks of all life. So I think that's it.
That's some nerd shit.
Yeah, aesthetically, it's really cool.
No, I think it's cool. It's nice to be able to search mystical beasts of circuit.
Yeah, it's time for the scorpion to Borpian.
Well, I've been looking at the card list of what it searches. It searches some interesting things, like you can search your Fluffle dog, some Adulches. You can search Fluffle. You can search Fluffle bear. Oh, that's good. So yeah. Get your toy vendor.
I forgot Fluffles could work with those. I think the last card with any sort of interest to it is Secret Hot Springs, which looked good until the number 2 ruined everything.
Much like real life.
Man, Donkey Kong Country 2 really tore this country apart. All right.
Life was different before the DK Bongos came out.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh dear. I don't even know what this card does. What is it, like Mystic Mind 2?
It's supposed to prevent your opponent from like activating responses to shit you do, but it's only during main phase 2, so turn 1 it's useless.
Yeah, just play Mystic Mind.
Yeah.
Unless they plan on limiting Mystic Mind. In which case, yeah,
my friend keeps playing it. My friend keeps playing it. Make him stop, Konami.
I'm so sorry.
Please. Yeah. But yeah. Final thoughts are: there's not a whole lot meta aside from maybe Amazement, but we'll have to wait and see what tourney results are. But the set seems to be having fun.
Yeah. I think I like this sort of like carrying on of like what Blazing Vortex is doing, just like bringing out like legacy support.
Yeah, I'm very happy that they've been focusing so hard on legacy support because there's a lot of struggling decks, and I think with things like Boojins, they kind of recognize that while they don't want to give them a bunch at once, giving them a little bit of a push will help keep them more playable. Maybe not quite up to snuff, but will give them some fun new tools to work with and get more consistency out of it.
No, you're not getting Kaiser Coliseum back. take this and stop asking me questions.
But yeah, I think it's an alright set. I think it's better than Blazing Vortex. That's not a high bar to pass, but yeah.
So moving on, we have Ancient Guardians.
Yeah, we've only got
one
of the 3 archetypes.
Bears.
And bears. I'm just gonna blast like Crash Bandicoot bear music throughout this entire segment, and you can't fucking stop me.
I can't stop you. I mean, I can try. I can't actually stop you.
You can't stop me any more than Crash Bandicoot can stop that fucking bear. But yeah,
I hate these fucking games. They're stupid, and I don't like them.
But Reggie, they finally introduced Dark Synchro as a mechanic with the first level 1 Synchro, and they're unbelievably boring. How do you fuck this up?
They're just like, I think the boss monsters are interesting, but they are tied to this Dark Synchro thing.
Yeah, it's
I guess you can make level 9 Synchros.
I don't think you can. Well, no, you're right. You can, but just, it's. Yeah. It's. I'm going to compare these to Drytrons a lot because both on an aesthetic level and from kind of a gameplay level, they're very similar. They're very radical takes on an old summoning method, but I think Drytrons do it a lot better because they've actually got a lot of flexibility.
Yeah,
like Drytrons.
The whole paradigm of like using attack value to ritual summon, it does work. because there's a lot of things like the threshold meets, and they have the ability to summon their monsters in a way that makes sense.
Yeah, like they've got a really good grind game going on, and they've also got toolboxing. So they don't just have one play like bears do. They've got a lot of shit that they can use and pick from for a bunch of crazy different builds if you like it. You can go with Necroz, you can go with Herald of Perfection, you can go with Megalith. I mean, dude, they've managed to figure out an FTK variant involving ripping your entire hand out its own asshole using Trick Stars.
Oh, God. Yeah, these things just don't seem to do quite like, because they seem quite adamant to they want you to know it's a synchro archetype, but they don't want you to work with other synchros.
Yeah, they've got turn 0 plays technically like Megalith, so that's interesting, I guess. It's amazing. This deck has so many things about it that seem interesting in practice, but because it's so linear and straightforward and there's only like 2 monsters you can end on, it's just really boring.
Yeah. Level 1 synchro is novel though.
Yeah, I do. It is nice that we've finally got one of those.
I think that they need more of them though. One just isn't really enough.
Yeah, I feel like it would be very hard to make them have something extraordinary, and I think the best option would be to give them some lower level monsters so they could actually toolbox
into the levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really need to fill that gap between like 7 and 8.
Yeah, again, their 2 boss monsters are really nice because, well, one of them is a nice blanket negate for levelets is pretty great, and also searches so you can continue to gain advantage. But a lot of these seem to. The level 7s all do the same thing. They all tribute to summon from hand, but none of them plus off of tributing. And the level 8s are
it's not like Drytron where you tribute the monster you've summoned with Nova and you just gain advantage.
Yeah,
these just don't do that.
It's also just that Drytrons can also use their materials from the graveyard. So even if you have to tribute another Drytron to summon one, you still have that there for the grind game.
Also, that field spell sucks.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking about this. I mean, you can set it directly with a level 1 synchro, I guess. I mean, it's kind of nice.
Is the quick play a little bit better, though?
Yeah, the field spell isn't that great. It just kind of keeps you from minusing too hard. It has a kind of weird to achieve monster seal effect using counters. God, they've also got a really bizarre like battle trap of all things to make your opponent only have 7 cards in their hand, field, and graveyard.
Check these quints.
Thanks, Yugi. Yeah, these are really boring, but I appreciate that they're water beasts and not light machines again.
Yeah, no, if they were light machines, I think I'd just be even less impressed.
Yeah, talk about a good concept going so wrong. Anyways, let's talk about a bad concept going bad. Godbox stuff.
Ah, the Godbox. I love this thing. Like in a it's so bad it's bad way. It's like there's only one good card in it, and that's the tribute one.
Fuck your field, it's mine now.
It's mine. Yeah, but like they're like all your summoning is obelisk anyway.
Yeah, I think we only really had 2 new things revealed recently, but there's Millennium Seeker, who is just bad. Like, the ways you can use it are beyond situational. And then there's a new Zolga who's an extender for Earth Fairies, and he's got a fucking blast held by a tribute effect for some reason.
Because some nostalgia shit. I quite like Zolga.
I think the new Zolga's alright, but you're not gonna use a second effect. He's just an extender for Earth Fairies, really.
I can respect that.
Yeah. I
think this Millennium Seeker is really bad. It's like basically giving your opponent the hand trap.
I sincerely don't understand what you're supposed to do with this card.
Neither do Konami.
Speaking of things they don't know what the fuck they're doing, Selection Box 10, Holy Knights. More like, holy shit, these are bad. Got him.
How long were you waiting to say that?
Very.
Yeah, I've lost my place on that.
So they're kind... Sorry?
I was replacing the notes. This is where like our notes like diverge.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but no, I've actually read the Holy Knights and they're really bad. Especially like as someone who likes like light fairy archetypes. This is just...
Yeah, it's based around bouncing this single level 7 light dragon to get targeting pops. I mean, they're not once per turn pops, so that's okay. So you keep trying to bounce it and pop it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I can see like, is it Cerebus having a place? So far, it's like one of the better targets.
I guess, but I'm trying to think of what level 7s you really can use. I think the only
Level 7
really
Light
good
Dragon.
one I can... Arc Brave?
Oh yeah, Arc Brave.
I guess the new Light Dragon from Lightning Overdrive, Bahartia, who was just fuck
no,
you.
You can almost feel like them going, please buy Holy Knights, please.
They even released a new one just for you. Yeah, the one from Lightning Overdrive, which we said we would talk about, so we will. He bounces the normal summon and your dragon. Like, he bounces your normal summon Searcher, and he can bounce your dragon for more targeting pops, I guess. I don't know. It's an interesting... I like the concept. I like being able to loop shit. That's always fun. But these just feel very schizophrenic in terms of their effects.
Yeah, they're not all that really.
Yeah, their back row is kind of nice, though, because there's Holy Knight Sky, which gives an extra normal summon, as well as a plus when your dragon bounces. Holy Knight Blast is good, you negate by bouncing. And Advent is not that great for the bounce effect, just for dodge and targeting, but I guess the summon effect is okay. I don't know. These...
They don't spark joy.
No, despite being based around Christmas.
Last Christmas was pretty shit, so I feel it's pretty appropriate.
Yeah. It's kind of nice to see Seiyaryu get something, and I do unironically hope Serpent Knight gets something too.
That's like a dark counterpart.
Yeah, I think it would... I always like lore archetypes that are conflicting with one another. But I think the last card from Selection 10 that we haven't talked about is Draculia.
Oh yeah, the new Dracula boy.
What a waste of good art. That is like Ayami Kojima style, and it's just... why?
That is like pure, it just drips Castlevania and all that sort of...
Yeah, it looks so fucking cool, but it needs a normal summon to function, so get those vampire suckers ready. He's trying to use the old mill style too by negating shit that's already in the graveyard, and he's got a really cost-heavy revival effect. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just too much effort to actually work with. You're better off playing something like Vampire Genesis or...
Yeah, it's...
well, maybe not that bad.
This is part of why I don't like Selection 10, though. It takes a bunch of archetypes that could really use some support and gives them shit that they either don't need in the form of ciphers, or stuff that just is so bizarre and out there, like Draculia.
No, the Lava Archer was Selection 10, wasn't it? So there should be more Lavals coming.
Yeah, I'm not complaining about the Lavals. I will complain about Shadals, not because they're bad, but because they don't deserve to fucking be here.
Yeah, no,
but
they've had enough. So that new guy's just a bit out of place.
Yeah, you know what? Let me run through the 10 archetypes real quick. Sun Avalons should not have been in here. Holy Knights are bad. What the fuck is Draculia? What the fuck is Fairy Tales? The hieratic stuff is backwards and almost good. Fuck ciphers. Fucking Lavals are actually pretty good. Shaddolls should not have been here, but they're good. Fucking, I don't even remember the last two, but I'm not really gonna bother looking them up because fuck it, they're clearly not worth it.
Oh, what was that? Sorry.
I was just rambling about like all. I rambled about 8 out of 10 of the fucking archetypes in Selection 10 because most of them are just garbo.
Yeah, I like the Princess Cologne stuff. I've been playing around with that. Do some.
Oh yeah, that's from the premium pack though. Yeah, talk about that because I don't.
Oh, is that different? Is that a different set? The problem with these packs, they all sound the same. They all blur together.
Yeah, the premium super mega special pack.
Just goes to show you that the OCG have no imagination.
I mean, to be fair,
Princess Cologne stuff is pretty good.
To be fair, when the TCG is given like room for imagination, they make fucking war rocks.
Don't. Just don't. That's a low blow and you know it. You know what I mean? Like we get shit like Battles of Legend and stuff. And like, just actual like named product.
Yes, super fucker mega thruster.
But if someone walked up to you and said, "Oh, premium pack," you'd be like, "Yeah, from what fucking year?"
But yeah, like, so what is up with the cologne stuff? Because it seems good, but I don't really understand it.
It's pretty good. I quite like it because it's like it's just normal monster vomit type deck. You can I think it's got that kind of like giant ballpark vibe, where it's just like you're summoning multiple normal monsters with like the box of friends. Let's see if I can find the deck I made.
I do love giant ballpark shenanigans so much though. They're
really anything
with
with like rescue rabbit, unexpected die. These sorts of deck really like I find quite enjoyable. And like so what you're doing is like you're using like the continuous spell. It's got like a kind of Mechlord thing where you blow up cards in your hand.
Yeah.
And so that when you do that with a box of friends, that summons 2 monsters from your deck. And then use like the old man card, and he detaches 1 monster from Princess Cologne to then summon 2 more from the deck as level 8s, which is
Zombie Stein.
Yeah, you say that, but then you can actually make a good rank 8 like Dingus or Cope Harbinger.
You can make ones that can hit women instead.
Was that a thing?
Yeah. Okay, let me explain before the audience hates me. In the manga, like the card literally could not attack women.
Fair. No, it's quite fun. Because you can do combo things like I said with a giant ballpark, you can like add like Gokapole and pop that.
Yeah.
Or choose the ballpark effect to summon the Sea Squatter. Because the box of friends summons monsters with 0 attack or 0 defense. Meanwhile, I've been trying to like figure out. I thought it was exclusively 0 attack and defense. It's not.
It's time for the Volval Flame Lord to rise again.
He's back.
Again.
Oh god, why is this the meme podcast?
I don't know. I decided to start that off when I said hello to you today, and we just
of the lovely crew. Yeah, like you end up with like a lot of spare monsters on the field that you can just make like rank 1s, rank 4s.
Rekindling. Yeah.
Other than that premium pack stuff, I think I didn't read any others like this. Fossils. I still don't know what these things do.
So I think the new stuff is pretty alright for the most part. Like, I don't know how you're supposed to special summon Flint Cragger to search your like fossil fusion shit. The Banish Recycling is okay, and then there's Shell Knight, who's the level 8 summoner.
Yeah, we mentioned this earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
I don't actually know how you're supposed to summon actually supposed to activate Weathering Soldier and Shell Knight in the same turn. Because the idea is they both trigger off like being sent to the graveyard, but you can only use one Miracle Rupture per turn.
Yeah.
So it is quite bit of a head scratcher.
Yeah, and then there's 3 new fusions, only one of which I think is really substantial. Like there's Skullbuggy, who is a 1400 monster with an effect that needs to run over stuff by battling to activate.
He's basically Gallon Granite Summoner.
Yeah, I mean it's the Graveyard Banish effect is pretty good, but you probably needed like a Dogmatica engine to get it running efficiently. Skullwagon is pretty much the same, but with a second attack and 300 more attack. Ooh.
On a level 6.
Yeah, and the Graveyard banishes back row destruction, so I guess it's like their Skull Knight. And Skull Convoy is fucking cool. He is big meat. He's not good against Lynx, but he weakens everything else unless you're up against like Chaos Max Turbo or something. He's a triple attacker that inflicts 1k damage each time he runs over something. He's really cool as a game closer, and he's got like a fun effect. I love him.
Yeah, it's kind of like Ancient Gears, but like you have a million fusion monsters and no actual main deck monsters.
Yeah. Oh, but after that, after Fossils.
Oh no! Is it time? Are we doing this again?
Reggie, I talk about these, but I've got something in my hand. Oh, I dropped it. Reggie, my hands are empty.
Oh god! Make it stop.
It just cuts to me vomiting in front of the Arcfiend.
At the handless combo.
My handless combo. All right,
Yeah,
so I'm gonna
take it away. I don't read these fucking. I hate Infernities.
I don't blame you. They're complicated as fuck. So we got, I believe, 2 new monsters and I think 2 new back row. And first off these are all the ones based on the manga cards, so they got more of a chest theming to them. And Infernity Sage is theoretically the best of the new bunch, but so essentially you can, when he's on the field, he's a level 2 tuner. Well, he's a level 2 tuner ever, but when he's on the field, you can activate his effect to discard your entire hand for nothing.
Wow.
And when he's sent to the graveyard while your hand is empty, you can mill from deck, which sounds kind of nice, but the deck can already mill fine without him by abusing things like Cherubini. Him being a tuner is kind of nice, and I guess the hand emptying can potentially do you some good, but I'm just so underwhelmed by him. And he's like the best card of the new guys. Then there's Pawn. Pawn is bad and slow, and doesn't fix any of their fucking issues. He's a level 1 that doesn't do anything when he's on the field. And when he's in your graveyard, he is a greedy asshole who takes a turn to do anything. Because what he does is when he's in your graveyard, during your next draw phase, you can give up your draw to put an Infernity on top of your deck, or set a Void Spell or Trap directly from your deck. You should have already... Yeah, you should have...
It's a motherfucking Infernoid card.
Well, here's the thing, like, for whatever reason, the Infernity cards in the manga, their back row weren't Infernity cards, they were Void cards. So, I guess this is their way of fixing that? I don't fucking understand. But he's bad because by the time you would want that stuff already for your first turn instead of waiting a turn and then getting decimated anally by the opponent's stuff. Like, if your first turn as Infernity goes well, you will be able to already grab everything you want from deck. And if it's not going well, then there's no way in hell you're getting this asshole to work. You even have to wait an extra turn to actually activate the effect of Infernity Arcfiend if you stack him on top of your deck because you're giving up your draw phase. This card's fucking awful.
Yeah, it strikes me as like something... I don't even know. Like, I'm reading it and it's not making any sense, because why would you want to put something on your deck, top of your deck, if you're not going to draw it?
Infernity Arcfiend.
Do they have something in the mills, or what?
Well, if Infernity Arcfiend is drawn for your drawn phase, you can reveal him and special summon him if the rest of your hand is empty.
Okay.
Yeah. Now people don't do that anymore because we're not fucking psychos. We have bigger brains than apes sometimes. We don't have to bang 2 coconuts together to summon Chaos Max. But after that is Contract with the Void, which is fucking embarrassing. I mean, holy shit, you are going minus fucking 3 for a single revive. We have 0 max, you stupid fucks! And then there is Void Cauldron, which is fucking terrible and was probably designed by those monkeys that stole COVID blood samples. Next!
Moving on.
We're talking about Sun Avalons now.
Oh god. Still.
They're back again and about time to... This doesn't mean anything anymore. Why do I keep saying it?
The Sun Avalon proof.
Shut up!
No. These, I don't even, to be fair, like, I don't even know what's the new stuff and what's the old stuff. Is it the Sunseed Twin?
It's...
Yeah.
So there's
Twin, Melius, Inkhealer.
There's Crossvine, Melius, and Daphne.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, so Daphne is a card that makes your minus to recycle, which is... Melius is a free revive of the normal, and it gives big OTK to whichever the OTK link was.
So Thrasher.
Yes. So, I appreciate that Melius can make the OTK machine do even bigger number.
More OTK.
Yeah, more number. And then there's Crossvine, which feels like it's supposed to be good, but you're tributing a link monster for a negated plant, and maybe you can use it to revive... Like, you can tribute a small link to revive a bigger link, so you don't have to link ladder as much, but I don't fucking know.
Yeah, these don't particularly excite me all that much. I feel like their time has kind of passed. They should have came out with all the rain sets.
Yeah, I mean, like... I feel like even then they wouldn't have been very good, because most Reigns archetypes, for the most part, were actually pretty decent up until we got around to Dino Wrestlers.
Yeah, well, I mean, this could have came out about then, and it could have, like, at least been relatively obscure. Like, now it's kind of, like, out in the open, and it's just one of the least competitive-looking range decks, and I can't see it, like, lasting much into following years.
It's too popular, all the cool kids have it. It's lame now. Yeah, it's... I don't know, I don't really care too much for Sun Avalons. I get why people do, but I don't know.
Meanwhile, there's much more interesting things in this set, like Angel 01 and Tellus. So
yes,
some of the
Wicked God shit.
They're Wicked God stuff. I didn't realize that. I thought they were just like generic manga cards.
I think they were used by the guy who used Wicked Gods. Like, it's... I don't know. I feel kind of cheated if this was the Wicked God stuff. Because this is all...
I mean, this is perfect for Wicked Gods. Just you know, just...
I mean, yeah, I'm just kind of bored by it is all.
Yeah, I think they've got a place in other decks at least. Especially Tellus.
Yeah, Tellus.
That's got some link potential.
Yeah, because it's just a free link too, essentially. Fortunately, I had the foresight to put the double token summon effect with a restriction, so you can still use it to like summon the Wicked Gods and 3 tribute monsters and shit. But yeah, you can use it with like a link 1 to make the token, then summon 01 to tribute summon a Wicked. I do like 01 a lot, just for being a tribute summon support card that understands that these cards have to give you another normal summon in order to function.
Yeah, a lot of them sort of go, well, here it is.
I always do have to wonder if things like Angel 01 would actually mesh well in Domain Monarchs. Because I think things like Uncommon Flight do better because they actually help you plus more.
Uncommon Flight is just it's undisputedly better because it just nets so much advantage.
Yeah.
Because not only is it like being putting itself on the field, it's gathering advantage as it goes.
Yeah.
Level resist walls is also pretty fun. I think it's quite funny.
I've never been a fan of these like anime only like battle traps and stuff. I get why people can have fun with them, but I've just never really gelled with them.
Yeah, I'm just a massive sucker for this. It's like this and what's that one? The uppercut, where it's just like if you want to kill by battle, summon a monster from the deck. It's like an evolution of these, like the ones that like would just summon from your hand. I know,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, wow, 2-card combo trap. Garbage. But like, yeah, the notion as a crawler player of having your Deus Ex crawler blown up and being able to summon like 5 monsters is actually quite funny.
We call that big brain.
Mate.
Let's see.
Okay. That's all I've got for
Premium pack.
Premium pack. Yeah, not so premium.
Yeah, this was a really small one with not a whole lot interesting in it this time. I think the last thing that's there is what the fuck was it called? Divine Evolution, which is the problem with these cards is that they keep making these big number, very scary spell speed 4 cards, but it's like, all right, how do I search this? What?
Yeah, not only do you have to like summon the stupid thing to turn into Unga Bunga Turbo, you need to actually get the Unga Bunga card in hand to like bash the rocks together. But much more interesting, that is Numerons, the sequel. Numerons.
These suck.
They're
I'm
pretty.
gonna noom.
Oh, I'm gonna noom. No, I think they're pretty. They're novel. It's nice. It's nice to see like a card at the top of Edo Pro's Xyz list that isn't 7 sins.
Yeah, this is 1,000 sins instead.
But no, it's ridiculously hard to set up, I find.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't give him destruction and protection. Like, this win condition is already hard enough to achieve, and now you're saying, no, you can't even protect him. It's like, he's gonna get his ass popped, like, the moment he hits the field.
I mean, at least it's, like, true to Zexal, where they could have just pop this fucking thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, even in the anime, it had, like, destruction protection, but they didn't give it that.
Oh, did it not? What? Oh, that's bizarre.
Like, Like, let me double check this just to make sure I'm not getting this wrong, but...
Having a fever dream that Numeronia, like, can't just be popped by Man-Eater Bug.
Yeah, this card cannot be destroyed by card effects, and they didn't import that over here for some reason. I don't know why they chose to do it that way, because that would have made this card at least a little bit harder to, like, get around, which would be worthwhile for what you're doing. Like, even Zark has, like, targeting destruction protection.
Yeah, you know you're in a bad place when, like, you're arguing, like, Numeronius versus Zark.
This is the society that we live in.
This is anime rap battles.
Don't say those words to me in that order again.
Rap anime battles.
No! I vanish into the ether. Finally, my evil is destroyed.
Yeah, like talking about the actual card, like Numeron Chaos Ritual is not great. It needs it needs your is it the C1 to be like destroyed by battle or card effect.
Okay, so let me
destroyed by a monster effect. If C1 Chaos Numeron Gate has been destroyed by a monster effect.
Also, it's not a quick play spell, so you know what that means.
Do you have to do it on your own turn?
Yep.
Why?
Oh, and here's the best part. You can't use it the same turn that you summon C1, because how do you summon C1? You use Numeron Network. Oh, wow. Numeron Calling does block you out of summons. Oopsie doodles.
I mean, technically, you could make Numeron Gate 1 with Drytron.
Shut up.
But no, don't
I've
ever.
had enough to hear with you.
Don't ever do that. Don't listen to me. That was terrible.
Don't worry, I'm already not.
It's such a reach. My arms have fallen off.
It's such a reach. They made it into a Halo game. This is going off topic, but
no, they're just not great. But you know, it's nice to actually see like the number 13 on a card.
Yeah, I was gonna say though, this is going off topic, but speaking of Halo Reach, one time me and a friend of mine that you've met before, we were watching we were watching E3, and like a Halo trailer came on, and they're saying it was like in the advertisement, oh, Master Chief is getting on this spaceship, and they say, oh, breach detected, and I kind of turn to my friend, and I look at him and say, hey, what if when the doors opened and a bunch of sand fell out, would it say beach detected? Then he looked at me and called me a fucking moron. And a couple seconds later, he turns back to me and says, hey, do you think if people started like screaming really loud, it would say screech detected? And we just went back and forth with that for like 10 minutes.
I'm glad I wasn't in the room at that time. It's one of those things like you just wish you weren't there, and I'm grateful for that. Every day I wake up glad I didn't take part in that event.
Oh. Well, yeah, it's. I see 1000 is improbable to achieve and not something you'd want to achieve anyway. It's like achieving the most gallons of bleach consumed in one sitting. You could do it.
Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, just play Numeronius, and even then, you're not going to summon it. The actual Numeron gates are just so much better. That's like an Unga Bunga OTK deck.
Yeah, you might as well just. I guess if you want to, you can side these in for like shits and giggles if you know your opponent has like 2 brain cells collectively. But yeah, I think after that,
it's not ethical to make fun of people who can't
play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah,
that's why we're not allowed to make fun of Magic players. So anyways, I think one of the last things on the list is the V-Jump shit.
Oh yeah. I think in the time that we've been away, there's been just a bunch of V-Jump cards that have come out.
Yeah,
or at least been announced.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5, and we'll just go through them real quick. Like there's Proxy Horse, who just does what Microcoder already does. Recycling is okay, but who cares? This thing kind of eats up your normal summon, and I don't feel like you want to waste that.
Yeah, there's much better monsters, especially in a Cyburst deck that you can normal summon and do things with.
Yeah.
Chaos Grepher is
the
enlightened centrist of Greffers.
Yeah. Fun fact: Chaos Grepher is a normal summon for Chaos decks. Did you know that?
An actual normal summon?
Did you know that gamer fact?
True gamer facts with Mudwire.
True gamer facts. Chaos Grepher is a card in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. Did you know this?
Did you know?
Did you know Chaos Grepher? Where is it? What is this bit? What is this bit we're doing right now?
I don't know. I think it's like a Did You Know gaming thing.
Did you know this bit's fucking stupid? We're moving on.
Did you know it? This bit is old meme. There are some good cards here. Grows is pretty good. It's a good synchro.
Yeah, he's a neat negate for like Fiend Synchro decks like Fabled and DDD. I don't really know if they specifically want him, but you could probably do something fun with him.
DDD activate space is pretty tight, but I think you could play him over something like Crystal Wing.
Yeah, I mean, shit's tighter than like Amazement Comica, so you know.
You're really going there.
I absolutely am.
Other than that, I think there's a Stay Sailor, the plant.
Yeah,
it sends from deck or extra deck to graveyard.
Yeah, but you need to send her via card effect to get that off. So
that's
that's
not impossible in plant effects in plant decks, because you can either mill it with Foolish, you tribute it with the Link or Lone Fire, or you can send it from hand to graveyard with.
Aren't the tributes cost though?
Sorry?
The tribute is cost, yeah.
If it's sent to deck by a card effect, I assume that just means.
No, you can't send her via cost. You do need to send her via like effect.
Oh well, I guess you can just send her from hand with Carrot Weight champion.
Is Carrot Weight?
Yeah, Carrot Weight sends.
Okay, I didn't know if it was for a card effect or not, but yeah, that's she can find a use, I guess. I just don't know exactly what for.
There's like just extra milling, or putting Diamond Rose Maiden in the graveyard.
Yeah, I think the last one from V-Jump that we missed is Attendant of the Ice Barrier.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, that's the one that got imported. Zuijin. Yep.
He's kind of interesting, I think. He's a weird card for Ice Barriers. Like, I don't get why you have to minus to shit out the high level ones.
He's definitely like made to promote playing Wayne. He's got like Wayne written all over him. In before
I did that. I wrote Rain all over.
God fucking damn it!
Stop giving me an in. I can't steal these jokes from Jimbo all day long. Yeah, I just feel like the simpler solution would have just been to have a Calm after the Ice Barrier Storm actually be able to summon things that aren't fucking level 4.
Yeah, I think just make that spell better.
Yeah, it's.
But that would mean doing something nice for Ice Barriers.
Nice barriers.
The structure deck was definitely like phoned in.
Yeah, I mean that would imply I had a landline connection, and it clearly doesn't even have a fucking like anything. I couldn't finish that sentence.
It's like because like you know when you're at that age where like you don't quite know what was before like phone connections.
Messenger apes.
Like send a pigeon out the window, hope for the best.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did used to have pigeons, but before then they used trained messenger chimps. But the problem is, every time they get to deliver a package, they'd then like rip off the person's face, so they weren't really efficient.
Someone get Joe Rogan in here. Yo,
what does that even fucking mean?
Did you hear about these messenger chimps?
You think of Carl Pilkington, you shit. He's the guy who does the monkey. You're thinking of the wrong dude.
No, Joe Rogan talks about chimps all the time.
Wait, does he?
Yeah, it's like a whole thing. He talks about chimps like ripping people's arms off. Like how you wouldn't fight a chimp.
I love that. I was thinking of Carl Pilkington because Carl Pilkington has a special segment on the show that he's on. That's just monkey news. He just talks about fake monkey stories that he probably read somewhere, like half in a like Listerol-induced stupor.
Oh dear.
I don't think Listerol is a product. I tried to say Listerine and like
Listerine and some Adderall.
Listerine and like NyQuil, I think, at the same time. Don't put those together. That's bad.
I endorse that. Put them together. Send us the results on a postcard, please.
It's just a picture of my tombstone.
Okay, finally on the docket is Duel Links.
More like drool stinks. Got him. So since last time we've had some new boxes, including
number C monsters are finally here with the only number C monster in the game.
They're finally here, and about time too.
Every time there's just you can just find an in for that joke.
Yeah. I mean, C39 looks like a big great ape, so it's fine.
He really does. He's an ugly ass utopia. For like a set of cards that look quite cool, it's just like this weird monkey looking thing.
Monkey. Return to C39.
It literally is like the ultimate monkey card. Because you just like detach all the materials from it and attack.
Yeah, but God, it's better in Duel Links because the life point threshold is a bit more forgiving. But in the real game, it sucks liquid ass. You literally only use it as a way to ladder up to lightning or get more advantage off of.
Yeah, even then you used Utopia Prime.
Yeah. I think you'd only run it in other decks for, like, abuse with Ixie's change tactics. Sorry, hiccups. God. But yeah,
They ran the Shark event again, which lasted for, like, two days.
I don't even remember if they gave us anything good this time. Like,
they didn't. I think Shark got a skill. I think, did he get a skill? He might have got a skill. And I think it was just another like opportunity to get Shark stickers and Nightmare Shark.
Oh, you know, Nightmare Shark was the only interesting thing, and even then, who cares?
And that's not a good card.
Yeah, Shark stickers is fine. We have a Abyss Dweller though, which is actually really good for Sharks now.
Yeah, that's wild. Like, I can't believe they put that in so early. Surely it's not that good compared to the TCG, where like it can just end your opponent's turn.
Well,
right.
I don't think it's quite that good, but considering that Blue Eye Spirit Dragon actually has some utility with his graveyard effect negate right now, I can see Abyss Dweller becoming pretty big in the future. I know he's a pretty hard counter to decks like Super Heavy Samurais, Luna Lights, Blue Eyes, but I don't know if he'll counter everything necessarily.
Yeah, I think they're going hard in on that sort of like stopping meta decks from doing things. Like I think they released Steel Swarm Roach as well.
Yes, they did. They've actually begun releasing some better rank 4s. Like what was the? They released a Spider rank 4 that will actually be pretty good.
Oh yeah. Malevolent Sin.
Yeah. We've also got Photon Strike Bouncer, which Anomots are actually abusing to pretty good success.
No kidding.
As it turns out, in Duel Links alone is the one place where Gaga's shitty level manipulation effect comes in handy.
Yeah, you can actually get them off.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want to get Gaga Magician off, but you know.
He doesn't give you much of a choice.
I don't like where this is going.
a dark place. High five this guy means something completely different. Yeah, and speaking of like consent, you'd hear the distant sound of schlepping on Dragon Dong as everyone gets the Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon.
It's a hell of a segue.
Yeah, no, this thing's fucking everywhere.
It's so good, and the only downside to it is that you essentially, in order to make it really playable, you have to level up the original Kaiba to level 45 to get Melody of Awakening Dragon. But once you do, just buy the new structure deck, and bam, you've got a fucking easy peasy fucking Blue Eyes deck.
Yeah, you could take that to your Kaiba Cups, Kicker Games, do whatever you want.
I've been doing that more or less. I've just been running like 2 Karma Cut and like Egg, and it's been doing me well. Yeah,
that's
Egg.
Yeah. You know, when like you sort of like quite late in the evenings. Oh dear. No. Karma Cut's
Yeah,
one of them cards that's like come out of nowhere to be like quite a powerful piece of removal.
To be honest, Alternative probably shouldn't have been in this game, but you know what?
No, it was still way too soon to bring Alternative. But I'm happy they gave it to everyone just for free, and not made people pay for it.
Yeah, that was really cool of them. Like, if they're gonna give away a powerful card, I'm glad that they're making it available to literally everyone, because that's just a really nice thing to do, actually.
Speaking of big dragons, we've got Photon Galaxy in the inventively named Photon of Galaxy box.
I thought the box was just named Galaxy Photon. It doesn't fucking matter. None of this matters.
It's like darts. It's like a dartboard.
Yeah, so it's
why.
It's a good mini box. It's got pretty much all the stuff you need to play Photons and Galaxies in there at the time being. Kite's level up rewards are mostly shit, but he does give you a really good skill for Photons and Galaxies that really boosts their consistency by allowing you to
I feel the problem is like if you didn't get the 3 Photon Advancer from that event,
you're fucked.
You can't play Photons until they do the event again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The event seemed to drag on for a long time, too, for whatever reason, despite only there being Photon Advancer as a good reward. Fortunately, Kite actually has one of the Star Lieges that summons Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon from deck or hand. So that's pretty great.
Is that one of his level rewards?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, that one's actually pretty good. His other stuff is kind of shit from what I remember, because it's the level 5 that special summons itself if there's an Xyz monster on the field.
Yeah, but you've got no... It requires you to like have Xyz on the field. Well, then you've like probably committed your hand to it.
Yeah, I don't get that card. What the fuck else?
Digital bugs.
Yes, digital bugs are here to stay.
Yeah, no, they're the best. I think probably one of the best low rarity archetypes to ever be released. I think they're a sleeper hit, personally.
Yeah. I'm still kind of putting my money on like Automots and Photons and Galaxies because they're pretty near meta right now, which is nice.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of like still older like meta decks that still just weirdly strong for no reason. Things like the Desperado decks and just like the classically strong decks, things that like seem to survive nerfs no matter what.
Yeah, thank you, Blue Eyes.
Yeah, no matter how many new boxes you release, these things will still be here.
Yeah. Again, it has been... Photon's Galaxies have been interesting to see how they develop, because they're taking the original game plan and actually making it kind of work in the form of Duel Links. Because the original game plan was just shit out a big dumb beater and hope to God your opponent is playing Ixies that don't actually do anything. But this one does that on top of really good consistency and a targeting banish, which is actually pretty strong for Duel Links.
Yeah, it just goes to show you how like the constrained format ultimately works in the benefit of some decks and like detriments others.
Yeah. It's also interesting. I feel like Galaxy Eyes... Oh, hold on. I feel like Galaxy Eyes' banish effect might actually see some play here.
Yeah, but I think as far as extra deck mechanics go, Synchros is still just way better.
Yeah,
so it will never reach its full potential.
No, I think Ixies will need a bit more refinement before they get the good stuff. But I think...
But then again, they've always been a toolbox thing, though, haven't they? Like,
yeah.
It's not a case of like continuously summoning more monsters. It's like just having the outs to multiple scenarios.
Yeah. I guess the only issue with that is that you do have kind of like a limited extra deck size to work with.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that there's 2 other small boxes, and then there are some new reveals and a new character. We did get Kite recently, and that event was pretty lame, but Kite actually has a really good skill that boosts Galaxy Photon consistency.
Who's the other character? I can't remember.
It's gonna be Bruno, but he's not in yet.
Okay. So that's sort of a 5Ds event then.
Yeah. Previous boxes we had were Infinite Ray, which had C39, the rank 8 Hieratic, Consular Ptolemy M7.
Yeah, I love that card.
It's a neat card.
Cage
to Cage.
Oh yeah,
Kegi Ko Keguko.
Carrot King.
Fuck you. It also had Rescue Rabbit and finally Levianeer and Star Sailors.
Oh yeah, shit! They actually put Levianeer in a box that isn't a premium box.
Yeah, main box. I kind of think the box sucks except for like a handful of ultra rares. Like the problem with the deck, with some of the stuff that they're releasing, is still that a lot of the rank 4 enablers are still not going to see their full potential because they haven't released enough good rank 4s.
Yeah, at the minute it's all like you've got there are some good ones. Diamond Direwolf's in. Kachikachi's alright.
You know what? I need to talk about this now. So Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon is a main deck monster that Kite does not have in his starter deck.
No, because he gives this the ability.
He doesn't get it in his level up rewards either. You have to buy it, and I think this is something that started with 5Ds and they never fucking stopped.
Yeah, like they kind of give you the ability, but they're not like if you're not someone who likes to spend a lot of money on games, like mobile games, you'll be saddled with either if you want to play Galaxy Eyes, you have to use this ability until you pull one.
Yeah, and that means you're missing out on the really good consistency booster that they've got, which is just lame.
But at the end of the day, I guess it's Konami's game. They can do what they want with it, even if it's stupid.
Yeah.
And they'll never change because they know people dump big money on it.
Now I'm depressed.
Nothing will ever change.
There's also, I think the last mini box to be released was Rage of Volcano, which had Rekindling and Battling Boxers. Already one Battling Boxer got limited.
Why?
Because it was like it's a similar situation to Kiteroid. It got triple limited, and I think Invoked was abusing it again.
Oh, for God damn it.
It's always that fucker, isn't it?
They're in the background, sort of like rubbing his hands every time a new fire monster comes out.
Well. Looks like meat is back on the menu. God.
Yeah, somehow like Duel Links, like they cannot seem to deal with Purgatorio.
It's weird because they banned they banned Cockhole, so they're clearly willing to do it, but yeah, I think the last kind of big thing to discuss for Duel Links would be Bruno is most likely confirmed, and there have been some cards that have been leaked.
Are they his level up rewards, or?
We don't quite know yet, and given their track record, I kind of feel like they wouldn't give some of the good stuff to him as actual level rewards. Like, I feel like they're gonna give us shit like Catapult Dragon and Falcon. But
yeah, there'll be some decent stuff from whatever event he's released in, and then there'll also be his level rewards will be like hit or miss, and then they'll release all his good cards in a box.
Yeah, it's so what we have revealed are actually a good chunk of the TG cards, like Star Guardian, Warwolf, Screw Serpent. We got Booster Raptor and Blade Blaster and TG Striker, but the problem is we still have no idea of knowing which ones of these are going to be actually in his level up rewards or his event or whatever, and which ones are going to be haha buy the box, stupid idiot. We also have Buzzsaw Shark and Lantern Shark leaked, and since Buzzsaw Shark has a super rare rarity, it looks like they're actually going to give it to us. Because I think Ultra Rare is just used as a placeholder rarity usually.
Yeah, I don't know how they roll out announcements and leaks and stuff. It's a bit too big brain for me. At least with the actual TCG, you can sort of like what you see is what you get.
Yeah, I mean,
you can make reasonable assumptions of how things are going to be.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes they do like baffling stuff, like the War-rock field spell or bumping Jewel Beast Argosaurus from a common to a secret rare, which I understand why they did it. I just hate that they did it.
Well, yeah, you know exactly why they did it, but the fact that they did it is
just another drop in the bucket.
Watch them do it again. Next set.
God. But yeah, I think that's about it.
Wrapped everything up nice and clean.
Yeah, everything's
except that shitty little leak of like War-rock coming out the side of the nicely wrapped up package.
Yeah, War-rock suck. We're not worrying about that.
War-rocks. I think like the rock players as a whole are kind of like they just have breathe a collective sigh of relief, knowing that isn't attached to rocks.
God, why did they make them Earth Warriors too? They are so fucking boring. God, they make me upset.
Like every time you have to like go back and think about it, you get more upset.
It's just like we already have a good Earth Warrior beatdown deck. Just play fucking Amazon S. I don't understand, Reggie. Why do they do this to us?
Because they know we get like this. I think the hardest part was watching Team Sam try and like talk these cards up. Like he was like he used insane while describing like Gactos.
That poor bastard.
You see the strain in his eyes. Like that, I am being paid to talk about these cards.
I remember a while back when Farfa I think was doing reveals for Legendary Duelist 5, you could hear the disappointment in his voice. Just so like, yeah, those are cards. Yeah, that's everything we have.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, we'll be back again next time.
You can't get rid of us. We're here now.
Performing for you.
Good night, everybody.